6 things your dog hopes you never stop doing. Your dog has been asking you for the same 6 things over and over again. Not with words, not in some dramatic, obvious way, but quietly, consistently, every single day. And here's the part most owners miss. A lot of people love their dogs deeply, and still fail to give them the kind of love their dog is actually hoping to receive for life. Because what feels like love to you and what feels like love to your dog are not always the same thing. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand your dog on a level most people never do. And the last one on this list. It's the kind of thing that can completely change the bond between you and your dog. Let's get into it. 1. Your dog wants to be acknowledged before the world gets your attention. Think about your mornings for a second. How often do you wake up and immediately grab your phone, check the time, look at notifications, start thinking about the day? Meanwhile, your dog is already awake, already aware of you, already waiting. And to them, that first moment matters more than most people realize. Because your dog doesn't start the day by checking emails or thinking about errands. They start the day by orienting toward you. You are the emotional center of their world. So when the first thing they experience from you is warmth, eye contact, and recognition, it does something powerful inside them. It tells them, I see you, you matter, we're together. And when that moment is missing day after day, it may seem small to us. But to a dog, it can feel like emotional distance right at the start of the day. You don't need to make it a whole ritual. Just pause, look at them. Say their name like you mean it. Reach down, smile at them, let them greet you. That tiny moment can shape the emotional tone of their entire day. And most people have no idea how much it matters. 2. Your dog wants walks that feed their mind, not just their legs. Let me ask you something. When your dog stops to sniff a patch of grass, a tree, a pole, the curb, the same exact bush they smelled yesterday, what do? Do you let them stay there, or do you say, come on, and pull them along? Because to you, it looks like they're doing nothing. To your dog, they're doing everything. Dogs don't experience the world the way we do. We look, they smell. That's how they gather information. That's how they read the environment. That's how they make sense of life outside your front door. Every scent is information. Who was here? How long ago? Whether they were calm or stressed, healthy or sick, male or female, friend or stranger. When your dog sniffs, they are not stalling. They are processing the world in the most natural way they know how. And when you constantly rush that process, you're not just speeding up the walk, you're cutting off their main form of exploration. A walk is not just exercise to a dog, it's mental stimulation, it's emotional regulation, it's enrichment. So sometimes, stop worrying about distance, stop worrying about pace, let the walk be slower, let your dog linger, let their nose lead for a while. You might come home with a dog that is not just tired, but actually fulfilled, and those two things are not the same. 3. Your dog wants the sound of your voice to feel safe. A lot of owners talk to their dogs, but not all of them realize how much tone matters. Your dog is not only listening to the words you say, they are reading the feeling behind them. They know the difference between distracted and present. They know the difference between tension and softness. They know when your voice carries warmth, and when it doesn't. That matters because your voice is one of the most powerful emotional signals in your dog's life. The way you say their name when you come home, the way you speak to them when they settle beside you, the way you reassure them during a stressful moment, all of that lands somewhere deep in their nervous system. A warm voice can calm them faster than people think. A harsh or flat voice can keep them slightly on edge, even when nothing else seems wrong. And no, this doesn't mean you have to baby talk your dog all day. It just means presence matters. When you speak to them, really speak to them. Not while half scrolling, not while rushing past them, not like they're background noise in your house. Use your voice like a bridge, because to your dog, it is. 4. Your dog wants play that feels real. Not lazy play, not distracted play, not throw the toy once while doing something else play. Real play. The kind where you're actually in it with them. This is one of the biggest things owners underestimate. They think affection is enough. And affection matters, of course. But dogs also need engagement. They need interaction that wakes up their instincts and makes them feel alive. For many dogs, play is more than fun. It's identity. Chasing, tugging, searching, catching, winning, resetting, going again. That sequence does something for them. It activates parts of who they are that don't get expressed when life becomes too repetitive, too passive, too controlled. And when dogs don't get enough of that kind of meaningful play, it often comes out somewhere else. Restlessness, chewing, barking, stealing things, demanding attention at the worst times. People call it bad behavior, but sometimes it's just unmet need. So when you play, make it matter. Move the toy with intention. Let the game build. Stay engaged. Make it feel alive. And every now and then, let them win, not because they fooled you, because winning is part of the emotional payoff. When your dog feels like you understand the kind of game they were born to love, something shifts. You stop being the person who occasionally entertains them. You become the person who gets them. That bond goes deeper than people think. 5. Your dog wants one place in the world where nothing is asked of them. This one gets overlooked all the time. Does your dog have a place that is truly theirs? Not just technically theirs. Not a bed you bought that sits in the corner. Not a crate you use when it's convenient. I mean a real retreat. A place where they can go and know without question that no one is going to pull them out of it, call them away from it, crowd them, or turn their rest into another interaction. Because dogs need connection, but they also need relief. They need a place where their nervous system can fully come down. A place where they are not performing, responding, following, or waiting. And if they never get that, stress builds slowly, quietly, invisibly. Then one day it shows up as reactivity, or clinginess, or irritability, or exhaustion that never seems to resolve. A lot of dogs are not overdramatic. They're overtired in a way people don't recognize. So give them a space that belongs to them. Let them choose it if possible. Respect it once they do, and when they go there, leave it alone. That's the part people mess up. They create the space, then interrupt the dog in it. But a safe place is only safe if it stays safe. To your dog, that kind of respect feels like trust. And dogs never forget who gives them that. 6. Your dog wants you to honor the moments when they choose you as their place of rest. This is the one that hits the deepest. You know that moment. You sit down, your dog walks over slowly. Maybe they circle once. Maybe they lean against your leg. Maybe they climb beside you and press their body into yours. Maybe, without any drama at all, they fall asleep touching you. Most people think it's just cute. It is cute, but it's also much bigger than that, because sleep is vulnerability. A dog does not fully relax against something they don't trust. They do not let their guard down, close their eyes, soften their body, and drift off against a presence that doesn't feel emotionally safe. So when your dog chooses to rest against you, what they are really saying is this: here, with you, I can let go. That is not a small thing. That is not random. That is one of the clearest declarations of trust your dog can make. And what you do in that moment matters. Sometimes the loving thing is unbelievably simple. You stay still. Even if your arm is trapped, even if your leg is numb, even if the remote is out of reach, even if you were about to get up, because in that moment your comfort is not the point. The point is that your dog chose you. Out of every surface in the room, out of every bed, blanket, corner, and cushion. They chose your body as the safest place to be vulnerable. And when you honor that instead of brushing it off, you're telling them something back. I know what this means, and I treasure it. Now put all 6 of these together, greeting them like they matter, letting them sniff without rushing their mind, speaking in a voice that feels like safety, playing in a way that fulfills who they are, giving them a place where they can truly rest, and recognizing what it means when they choose to rest against you. None of this is flashy. None of it is expensive. None of it looks impressive online. But to your dog, this is love, not the performative version. Not the version that looks good from the outside. The version they can actually feel. And maybe that's the real point. Your dog has never needed perfection from you. They never asked for some impossible standard. They just needed to feel over and over again that life with you is safe, meaningful, and close. That you notice them. That you understand them. That being loved by you is something they can feel in their body, not just in the routines you provide. If you can give them that consistently, in these quiet ways, then you are giving your dog something far bigger than care. You are giving them the life they were hoping for with you. And for a dog, that is everything.